girl. So just rewarding her, yeah, for slack on that lead and being in by my side. Whiskey, come. Yeah. So just guide her. Yes, good girl. Whiskey, come. Yeah. Good. Yes, good. Yes, good. So I'm going to do rapid rate reinforcement because this is a new concept for her. Yes, good. Yes! Good! Well done. Yes, good. Yes, good. Yes. So I'm just going to build a little bit of duration now. Yes. So I'm going to delay me saying yes, so just a few more seconds of her staying in that position. Yes. Good. Yes. Well done. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. So how do we go about phasing out the food? Well, it's actually quite simple. If you've done a good job of rewarding and reinforcing every little step of putting the harness in the first place, you can now start to chain some of those steps together and release the reward after perhaps one or two steps joined together, or perhaps the whole sequence. The key here is, though, is to make sure that the dog is still willingly wanting you to do it. So what we're going to do with Whiskey is now we are going to mark and release the reward once the harness is fully on her. So that is, I've put it over her head, I've clipped it on either side, and the food reward will come. I'm still looking to make sure that she is comfortable and at no point she retracts from me. If she retracts, I'll just simply let go of the harness, give her a moment. If she comes back to me, then I will carry on. So it's really important you're reading your dog all the time. You don't want to undo all those steps that you've already done to make it as positive as possible just because your aim is to now get the harness on fully. You may need to still break it down a little bit again. So we'll bring her in. Good girl. Head goes on. Good girl. Yes, and I encourage her through the process. Good girl. So we clip one on. Good girl. Come in a little bit closer. Good girl. Flip the other one on. Good girl. Her tail's still wagging, which is really important. Yes, good girl. And that's when I'll mark it. Yes, good girl. And I'm reasonably generous. You know, she's not earning it step by step now. So the reward for doing the full thing should be heavily rewarded in that moment. Okay. The next step really is still the clipping the lead on. Remember, we're rewarding the dog for being patient. So I should be able to now clip on the front and the back. Okay, good girl. I'm going to reward for being calm. Good girl. And then we're going to step off. Good girl. Get in. So that she just is reminded I need her to be calm even with the lead on. Yes, good girl. And then we'll walk off. So that kind of gives you an idea of how to work with a dog that's not so comfortable around a harness, or perhaps condition them to wearing something new for the very first time, so that's done positively and willingly with the dog. Don't forget, it's really important to also understand about how much pressure you're putting on the lead when you put the harness on. If you walk off and you're putting a lot of tension onto that lead and then onto the harness and you haven't prepared the dog for that, then it's highly likely that they're going to react in that moment. Some dogs may walk backwards to try and avoid the pressure. Some dogs will flat themselves on the ground. So we'll be covering that in some lead work in another video we'll be doing. But for now, this is the first steps you need to take to make sure that your dog is comfortable wearing harnesses. Harnesses can be fantastic in helping people walk their dogs calmly, but remember, calmness comes from education. If you want your dog to understand to be calm, then it requires you to show them how to do this. I'm Estelle from All Sorts Dog Training. Thanks for watching.